Hello. In this video, we will talk about the learning scenarios, different learning scenarios. So, in supervised learning, basically the learner receives a set of labeled examples as training data and makes predictions for all unseen points. The very good example is an email system that learns from the emails labeled spam or not spam and predicts whether a new email is spam. In unsupervised learning, the learner exclusively receives unlabeled training data and makes prediction for all unseen points. For example, there is an online store groups customers. Okay, so online store groups customers with similar shopping habits without knowing any customer label. So that is about clustering and dimensionality reduction are the examples of unsupervised learning problems. And supervised learning problem here you can see the classification. This is the most common scenario associated with classification, regression, and ranking problems. Usually, all machine learning problems that involves the classification or the regression, like some real values and the ranking problems, they need supervised learning. They need the examples with labeled output, inputs, and labeled output, expected output. So here, in case of unsupervised, usually the clustering and dimensionality reduction problems are the good example of unsupervised learning. And then semi-supervised learning. Here in semi-supervised learning, the learner receives a training sample consisting of both labeled and unlabeled data. Like in the sample, you will have labeled as well as unlabeled data and makes prediction for all unseen points. Semi-supervised learning is a common in setting where unlabeled data is easily accessible, but labels are expensive to obtain. Various type of problems arising in applications, including classification, regression, or ranking tasks, can be framed as instances of semi-supervised learning also. The hope is that the distribution of unlabeled data accessible to the learner can help him achieve a better performance than in the supervised setting. The analysis of the condition under which this can indeed be realized is the topic of much modern theoretical and applied machine learning. Then the next is let me move this here. So transduction inference. As in the semi-supervised scenario, the learner receives a labeled training sample along with a set of unlabeled set points. However, the objective of the transductive inference is to predict labels only for these particular test points. Okay, that the test points that are only for those we want to predict the labels. Transductive inference appears to be an easier task and matches the scenario encountered in variety of modern applications. However, as in the semi-supervised setting, assumptions under which a better performance can be achieved is in this setting are research questions that have not been fully resolved. Next learning scenario is online learning, like in contrast with the previous scenarios, like if we talk about supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised. So in online learning, the the online learning involves multiple rounds where training and testing phase are intermixed. At each round, the learner receives an unlabeled training points, makes a prediction, receives the true label, and incurs a loss. The objective in the online setting is to minimize the cumulative loss over all rounds or to minimize the regret. That is the difference of the cumulative loss incurred. Loss, if you remember, I quickly tell you, like the difference between the true label and the predicted label. Okay, that is the loss. So, and you can see we are interested in the squared value of the loss, or you can say absolute value of the loss. Ensured that the best expert in mindset. Unlike the previous setting just discussed, no distributional assumption is made in online learning. In fact, instances and their labels may be chosen adversely within this scenario. Next scenario is reinforcement learning, where the training and testing phases are also intermixed. In reinforcement learning, to collect information, learner actively interacts with the environment and in some cases affects the environment and receives an immediate reward for each action. For example, a robot learns to walk by trying different movements and receiving rewards when it stays balanced. Then active learning. Active learning where the learner adaptively or interactively collects training examples, typically by querying an oracle to request labels for new bytes. Querying an oracle to request labels for new bytes means oracle is here some expert, maybe the expert doctor, expert teacher, or some person who is good in that learning class concept. So oracle will tell that this new point should have this label. The goal in active learning is to achieve a performance comparable to the standard supervised learning scenario or passive learning scenario, but with fair labeled example. Active learning is often used in applications where labels are expensive to obtain. For example, computational biology applications. Another here, the example of active learning, you can say an AI model finds uncertain medical images and asks a doctor to label only those images to improve learning. And here you can see online learning scenario example is a stock price prediction system. Updates itself every day after saying the actual stock price. So these are the common learning scenarios that we today talk about. And in our next video, we will move towards the concept of generalization in machine learning. Thank you.